On 29 March 1972 at 8 a.m., Phillip Johnson, an American architect, was found dead in the glass house in New Canaan, Connecticut. The Bureau of Architecture investigation was commissioned by David Whitney, a partner and a legal representative of Phillip Johnson, to investigate the event of that night. On 28 March 1972, there was a 40th anniversary reunion party of the International Style exhibition held by Phillip Johnson in the Glass House from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. The guests presented at the party were featured at the exhibition held in New York Museum of Modern Art in 1932. By comparing the invitation list and the entry list of the party, we, BAI, suspect 4 people who attended the party but were not included in the invitation list: Herman Fernstein, William de Kooning, Andy Warhol, and David Whitney. In order to find the relationship between these people and Phillip Johnson, we investigated the International Style exhibition, which was the historical background of the reunion party. In 1932, Phillip Johnson curated the International Style exhibition at New York MoMA. The architects such as Ludwig Mies van der Rohe and Walter Gropius were once influential architects from the glass chain group, which formed the basis of German Expressionism architecture in early 1920s. They changed their style through new objectivity movement in late 1920s and became the mainstream of modern architecture by being featured in the International Style exhibition in 1932. But Herman Fernstein, who was also one of the crucial members of Glass Chain, was excluded in the International Style exhibition and held a depressed architectural career since 1930s. By the time in 1933, under the regime of Nazi Germany, Fernstein had suffered at the hand of Nazis, supplying his artworks under the threat of the concentration camp incarnation. According to investigation documents that we received from FBI, Phillip Johnson, however, was financially supporting and propagating Nazi during 1930s, while ignoring the sufferings in Germany. He underrated German expressionists by criticizing them as degenerate art, which was forbidden in Nazi Germany since it was defined as Jewish by Hitler. As a result of Johnson's influence, the German expressionists were played down by other scholars until 1970s. Fernstein also could not have a single built project throughout his life.
Through the autopsy, we found that he is presumed to be dead between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. The cause of Johnson's death was excessive blood loss from 3 gunshot wounds. The main gunshot wound that killed him was found on his left torso, which went through the aorta. There were 2 types of footprints found at the crime scene. Footprint type A was 9.875 inches. Therefore, we could estimate that the killer's height is around 5 feet 6 inches. Footprint type B matched with Phillip Johnson's shoe. From the footprints and blood traces of the killer and the victim, we can assume that they had a tussle for the killer's gun and the killer could not physically dominate the victim. By analyzing the crime scene, we could simulate the gunshot path and the position of the killer. The killer shot 8 9mm bullets with a Luger gun. 5 of the bullets hit the glass coffee table, the east and west window, the floor, and the Barcelona chair. Three other bullets shot the victim's left shoulder, left abdomen, and left leg. By tracking the path of the gunshots, we could presume that the killer had no experience with gun, which means the killer was not a professional. It turned out that the blood sample that we extracted from the carpet belonged to Phillip Johnson. By analyzing the blood trail, we could suspect that Phillip Johnson got killed while trying to escape from the killer. While investigating the first footprint of the killer, We found a hidden entrance within the fireplace that leads to a basement floor. In the basement, we found not only a series of architectural models and drawings from the International Style Exhibition in 1932, but also one sculpture and 6 drawings made by Hermann Finsterlin. At one corner of the basement, there was a collection of German guns which were used during World War II, and the Luger gun found at the crime scene belonged to this collection. In front of the door of the basement floor, we found a flight ticket named under Hermann Finsterlin.